Hey everyone! Imagine a world where every new third-person game doesn't just open up a location, but an entire universe with its own heroes, stories, and mechanics. We're about to journey through some of the freshest projects, each changing the genre in its own way. From dark myths and grim disasters to spectacular battles and crime dramas, we'll dive into the most notable new releases that promise to surprise both those who love deep narratives and those looking for thrilling gameplay. Today, we've gathered the games that are already being discussed by gamers worldwide, and each one is worth your attention. Let's start with South of Midnight. This is a third-person action-adventure game that transports the player into the mystical world of the American South. The game stands out for its unique visual style, which resembles stop-motion animation, and a deep story based on regional folklore and myths. You'll explore a broken world, meet colorful characters, and fight monsters using both firearms and magical abilities. The game is full of puzzles and secrets you'll need to solve to save the world from the encroaching darkness. The gameplay combines dynamic combat, platforming elements, and puzzles that involve using magic. The main character has a unique ability to weave magical threads that help her not only in combat, but also in exploring the world around her. This mechanic promises to add variety to the gameplay, offering players a new perspective on the genre. The game looks very atmospheric, and its soundtrack, inspired by blues and folk, creates a special ambience. Metal Gear Solid Delta: Snake Eater. This is the highly anticipated remake of the iconic game Metal Gear Solid 3, originally released in 2004. This is not just a remaster, but a full-fledged remake, built from the ground up on a new engine. Players will return to 1964 and join Snake on a secret mission to save the world from nuclear war. The game retains all the key features of the original: a deep plot, charismatic characters, and signature gameplay that blends stealth, action, and survival. Improved graphics and updated mechanics promise to make the experience even more thrilling. Players can choose between two control styles: New Style, offering the feel of modern stealth combat with a third-person camera that allows for great aiming accuracy, and Legacy Style, which brings back the classic fixed camera and controls of the original, creating a sense of pure nostalgia. Additionally, the remake has added new mini-games that provide a lighthearted contrast to the seriousness of the main story. WUCHANG: Fallen Feathers. This is a third-person RPG set in an alternate version of the Ming Dynasty, where an epidemic reigns. The player controls a pirate woman suffering from amnesia who has managed to keep her sanity. The game is structured as a Souls-like experience with third-person combat and a flexible weapon system. 5 types, from longswords to spears and twin blades, each with its own combat and discipline skills. The main focus is on the Skyborn Might resource. Perfectly timed dodges replenish it, allowing you to activate powerful abilities, switch weapons instantly, and enhance spells. The unique Madness mechanic adds depth. Killing people and dying increases it, while killing feathered creatures decreases it. At its maximum level, a predatory inner demon resurrects to attack you even after you've died. Visually, the game is stunning. The combination of detailed Chinese architecture, mythological motifs, and a tense atmosphere creates a unique Souls-like aesthetic. Standing out against this backdrop are levels with secrets, shortcuts, branching story paths, and an armor transmutation system, which lets you change your appearance without losing stats. The first Berserker: Khazan. This is a fast-paced slasher that brings players into the world of the popular MMORPG Dungeon Fighter Online, but with a completely new approach. The game focuses on brutal third-person combat, where you control Khazan, one of the most powerful heroes. The gameplay is based on stamina management. Attacks, blocks, and parries all consume it. You must also deplete a boss's stamina to cause a stagger and land a critical blow. The spirit system allows you to use special skills without spending stamina, and the death penalty is compensated for. You'll earn Lacrima for dealing damage to bosses even if you die. The combat system is rich. Choosing between parrying, deflecting, and a perfect block requires skill and precise timing, while the variety of weapons, from two-handed swords to spears and axes, allows you to customize your style. In addition, the game offers about 50 hours of intense content. Weapon crafting, a leveling system, allies, a hub with merchants, a blacksmith, and a witch, factions, numerous missions, and collectible items. Assassin's Creed Shadows. This fresh installment of the iconic series finally takes us to feudal Japan. It's not just a pretty picture, but a new chapter that attempts to balance the series' past and present. The game features two protagonists at once, Yasuke the samurai, who prefers open combat, and Neo the shinobi, who relies on stealth. This two-character system allows you to choose your playstyle and tackle the same missions in completely different ways. The developers paid special attention to detail. The world feels incredibly alive thanks to a dynamic change of seasons and weather. As for gameplay, Shadows puts a strong emphasis on stealth, which many consider to be the best in the series' history. Playing as Neo requires careful planning. You need to use shadows, sounds, and the environment to remain undetected. At the same time, playing as Yasuke offers spectacular and challenging battles, where parrying and dodging are crucial, not just mindlessly mashing buttons. The game's world is rich with detail, dense forests, mountain villages, and castles filled with historical references and living NPCs. Stellar Blade. This offers a futuristic adventure where the player controls the warrior Eve, who fights mysterious creatures threatening humanity's survival. It's a mix of spectacular combat and cinematic storytelling. The gameplay is built on precise timing. Last-moment dodges allow for powerful counterattacks, and the variety of weapons and skills lets you experiment with your combat style. Beyond the fights, the game impresses with its world. Ruined cities, high-tech bases, and mysterious wastelands create an atmosphere that makes you want to explore every corner. The developers focused on fluid animations and a rich combat system, giving the project the feel of a premium action game. It also has RPG elements, skill progression, weapon upgrades, and choosing a combat style. Stellar Blade looks like one of those cases where action, style, and story combine into a single, vibrant spectacle. Cronos, The New Dawn. This is a new sci-fi horror game. The project takes us to a post-apocalyptic Poland, where a mysterious catastrophe known as the Alteration occurred. The main character, the Wanderer, is an agent of a mysterious organization. His mission is to find people who didn't survive the catastrophe and use a special device to extract their essences from the past. This unusual plot twist allows the player to travel through time and see the world before and after the disaster. The gameplay is a mix of survival, action, and puzzles. Players will have to fight terrifying mutants who can merge to become stronger and more dangerous. To prevent a merge, players must quickly destroy enemy bodies. Various types of weapons are available for this. Enemies react to the player's tactics, forcing you to change your combat style and use the environment to your advantage. At the heart of the mechanics is an evolution system. Every decision leaves an imprint, changing your character's abilities and even their appearance. With each day, you get closer to solving the mystery of the new world, but also move further from your familiar human form, forcing a choice between saving the mission and preserving yourself. Clair Obscur, Expedition 33. This is a turn-based, third-person RPG that stands out with its unique setting and artistic style. The game takes place in a world where humanity is fighting for survival against a mysterious force that, once a year, erases people of a certain age from reality. A group of heroes embarks on a dangerous journey to find a way to stop this curse. From the first glance, the game is striking with its visual design, which looks like a living French painting. The combat system feels fresh and innovative. Despite being a turn-based RPG, each turn requires active player participation. You have to press buttons at the right time to boost your attacks, parry hits, and use tactical abilities. This makes battles more dynamic and engaging than in classic turn-based games. Wuthering Waves. This is a free-to-play action RPG with gacha elements, aiming to refresh the genre's format with new ideas and a revamped combat system. The world of Solaris 3 is vast and open for exploration, filled with ruins and glowing megastructures ripe with secrets. Unlike many similar games, Wuthering Waves emphasizes dynamic combat where speed and tactics are key. as well as vertical exploration, allowing the player to freely traverse the maps. The combat system allows for spectacular combos, dodging attacks, and using characters' unique abilities. Special attention should be given to the Echoes mechanic, which lets the player collect and use the powers of defeated monsters. This adds a tactical depth to battles and allows for experimentation with different playstyles. Additionally, the game offers an expansive open world full of puzzles, quests, and secrets. Mafia, The Old Country. This is an atmospheric prequel that tells the story of Enzo Favara, a miner who is pulled into the criminal underworld of early 20th century Sicily. The story is a rich, noir-dramatic thriller. After a tragedy, Enzo is saved by Don Torrisi and gradually climbs the criminal ladder, losing his humanity in the process. The game is linear, with the narrative unfolding across meticulously detailed locations, from grim mines to fragrant vineyards and dusty streets. Gameplay is classic third-person action. You can expect gunfights in tight alleys, covert infiltration missions, intense interrogations, and moral dilemmas. The focus is on atmospheric details, period cars, authentic weapons, and unique neighborhoods that feel alive. A reputation system determines how allies and enemies perceive you, opening up different paths for completing missions. AI Limit. In this post-apocalyptic action game, players find themselves in a grim future where the world has been torn apart by a catastrophe, and the remnants of humanity are on the brink of survival. The main character, a mysterious warrior named Arya, explores the ruins of destroyed cities, filling them with battles, puzzles, and a search for answers about her own origin. The game's atmosphere is a mix of cyberpunk and gothic. Neon lights coexist with ruins, and ancient machines awaken to fight. The gameplay focuses on dynamic combat with dodging, parrying, and combo attacks, where every fight demands focus and quick reactions. The player's arsenal includes customizable weapons, tech-based abilities, and a special reclamation mechanic that lets you use the energy of defeated enemies to empower the heroine. Exploration is just as important, as hidden areas, secret paths, and vertical spaces unlock new opportunities and rewards. Sniper Elite Resistance. This game brings back the signature third-person tactical shooter action, open-ended maps in occupied France, and countless ways to eliminate targets stealthily using sniper shots, weapons, and reconnaissance. X-ray kill cam, rifle customization, sudden raids, environmental objects, and side missions. Everything fans of the series love are back. A special focus is placed on the co-op and multiplayer modes. Invasion mode and survival offer a new way to experience the game and extend its lifespan beyond the main story. However, Resistance feels more like a direct continuation of Sniper Elite 5 than a major step forward. Many levels and mechanics feel familiar, and the overall mission structure doesn't offer radical innovations. Visually, the project hasn't evolved much from the previous installment, keeping the same recognizable style and atmosphere. Elden Ring NIGHTREIGN. This is a bold, standalone variation of the Elden Ring universe, where the familiar Souls-like feel gets a new rhythm. The game offers co-op for up to 3 players, who team up to survive in the dynamically changing world of Limvold in a roguelike format. Shrinking zones, procedurally generated battles, and a knockout-style showdown against Night Lords. The team competes against the horrors of the night in 3-day cycles, where each day is a test of skill, team tactics, and knowing the right moment to resupply. The ability to switch between characters with unique abilities makes each run feel fresh. And if that's not enough, get ready for Deep of Night mode. This is an ultra-hardcore mode. Tougher enemies, randomly selected main bosses, and items with powerful but sometimes risky effects, all of which get stronger as you go deeper. It even leads to endless battles at the maximum level, where a single defeat can reset all your progress. Like a Dragon, Pirate Yakuza in Hawaii. This is a stylish Yakuza-inspired spin-off where the legendary Goro Majima becomes a pirate captain in Hawaii. The character wakes up with amnesia on a deserted island and accidentally becomes the leader of a crew that embarks on dangerous raids, treasure hunts, and battles with other pirates. His combat skills are based on the beat-em-up style, where well-timed strikes and acrobatic combos create a fireworks display of combat. ships, naval battles, and the pirate theme add variety to the gameplay. However, in a dense world of entertainment, there are some nuances. The naval exploration proved to be less deep than expected, and the repetitive combat can get tiresome. The most memorable moments come from the humorous story scenes, minigames, and the overall Hawaiian atmosphere with a pirate flair. This is where the game's charisma truly shines. Hell Is Us. This is a dark, third-person action game where the player takes control of a soldier named Remy, who travels to a ruined country to find his parents. But instead of answers, he finds a land consumed by a mysterious catastrophe that has spawned monstrous creatures known as Hollow Walkers. The hero's arsenal includes melee weapons, swords, axes, and spears, each with its own weight and fighting style. A helpful drone companion can distract enemies and scout dangerous areas. The gameplay is built on a combination of tense fights and world exploration, where every location holds a secret. The combat blends hardcore and tactical elements. Precise dodges, timely parries, and using weapon skills determine the outcome of battles. A progression system allows you to enhance your arsenal, unlocking new moves and effects. Each of these games shows in its own way where the third-person action and adventure genre is heading. Some focus on spectacle and speed, others on atmosphere and story, while some combine all these elements to create new formats. Perhaps one of these is the very game that will bring you a new experience and become a personal discovery. The Image Game Channel was with you. Have a nice day.